Hi everyone. Just wanted to do a quick video on Windows 11. I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon. So I've been using it now since it came out on the 5th, and well, actually I was using it a couple of days before that on the insider build, but then I did a fresh install when the official build came out. My initial thoughts were actually quite positive when I was just sort of bumming around on it, but then I've actually started to work on it and my opinion's gone down a little bit of it. I think it's fair to say it is essentially like a theme really for Windows 10. I mean, there's two sort of big criticisms I have with it. One, it's just a little bit sluggish. The UI I'm running a 5950X Ryzen, a 3080 Ti, 64 gig, 3600 RAM, a PCI Express 4, NVMe, 1 terabyte hard drive. This computer really, it's pretty much as good as it gets, really, and it's still, you've just seen then how sort of sluggish it is in Windows Explorer. You can sort of leave it open, so that sort of mitigates it, and once you're in apps, it's not too bad either. And I'm sure they'll sort of patch that out of it. And I do really like the look of this Windows Explorer, I should say. Even though I'm calling it a theme pack, it does look really nice, to be fair, I think. But the sort of two main sort of criticisms with it is that look is only very much skin deep. You're only ever like a click or two away from like the old Windows. This is nice when you right click, but then you show more options, you're just back to like the old Windows 10. It's just like, I know that they can't put everything in there, but surely they could have had a way of like configuring that so you could choose what was in there. It's just, it all just feels a little bit lazy. It beggars belief to me that a company the size of Microsoft can't do more with this. It's just, yes, it's got a new look. They've improved like the way that you handle their desktops, which I don't really use that feature anyway. They've added widgets. You've probably seen all the new stuff where you can do that. Which you could get a utility to do it. Where you can fire a. Well, it's obvious what it does, and then you could. I don't find that particularly useful anyway, to tell you the truth. But I just think, why not do more with it? A company the size of Microsoft, why not unify the UI so it looks, so it's all the way through the operating system, not just have like a settings app and Windows Explorer and then call it a day. Why not have it so, like the old device manager and everything. That's looked the same as that since Windows 95. Literally, ours look exactly the same. And yes, it's functional and it works, but why not? I just think it's such a shame that they just haven't taken this UI all the way through the OS. They've had opportunity to do that. And then I just think it'd be nice to add some new features, genuinely useful features. Like one of the things that, I used Mac OS for 10 years, and one of the things in there is Quick Look, the ability to, like, spacebar on a file. That's working really fast, actually. They've not put that in. It's like, why not put that in it? It'd just be brilliant, I think, if they did that. Don't get me, there's a utility again that you can download, which works pretty well. It's not as good as it is on Mac, to be fair. And again, I just think, put that into the OS. It's a great feature, is Quick Look. So you can't help you just sort of come away thinking, like I say, some of the UI is quite nice, but you just sort of come away feeling like they could have done and probably should have done a bit more with it. I think the way that you sort of take screenshots in Windows as well is a bit lame. Again, in Mac OS it just works better. That there's like keyboard shortcuts, and then when you do when you actually take a screenshot, it brings it into an app like this. I'm using an app here called Snagit. You can't build something like that fully like this into the OS, but Mac has got something fairly similar in the OS like this, but we've still got like that snippet tool. It's just, do you know what I mean? I don't know, I just think, come on, Microsoft, add some nice features, Quick Look, a nice previewing app, some nice, when I say preview, that's what it's called on the Mac, just a nice way of taking screenshots and then like being able to annotate them afterwards, and then maybe share them as well. It's just, I don't know, I just would have liked to have seen them do a little bit more. I'm running a 3440 by 1440 monitor, as you can probably work out. And even the wallpapers aren't that crisp, it's got like a bit of pixelation on it, it's like they haven't even gone to the trouble of making these like high def. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to like beat up on it because I do use Windows daily, and the big thing why I use Windows really is because I just love the hardware. I've tried Linux and it just does me head in. I just think life's too short. As much as I love tinkering, I mean, I've got a water-cooled PC, so I do love tinkering, but not to the extent of where just basic things don't work and you have to just I've tried a few different distros and I've always ended up sort of coming back to Windows. Like I say, I do love Mac OS as an operating system, but the downside is then you really have to use Apple's hardware unless you want to Hackintosh, and I've tried that but never had that much joy with it. So that leaves me with Windows. So I'm running this now on the machine that I use, not my main works machine. This is my one that I use for sort of gaming and a bit of work, and I'm definitely going to stick with it because I think Microsoft will patch out that sort of speed issues. So yeah, like I say, it does look nice. To be fair, it's just a shame that that's skin deep, and it's just a shame that they've just not added a few more sort of genuinely useful features. And like I say, it's just a little bit of a shame. It's got this sort of sluggishness to it. See there how it's not it's not dreadful by any means, but I think when you first open Explorer, it is. I'll just close Explorer there. Look, yeah, look there. It's when I go into this PC. Wasn't doing that in Windows 10. I mean, you got that now and again, but not that often. There's still an issue as well with sort of file permissions in Windows. Where you get that, you try and delete a file and it says this file is in use, and it's just, I just think that again they could handle that so much better in Mac. And I don't want to compare Mac and Windows. I know I am doing, but again in Mac that is handled so much better. If you try and delete a file, generally speaking, it will just let you delete it. But if it can't, it will say what app is using it, and it'll let you quit it all from one dialogue, which I think is really nice. There's another nice feature as well where you can select a bunch of files and say put in a folder. It's just a keyboard shortcut, which again there's a utility on Windows to do that. But again, just why not build stuff in like that? I mean, I use another little utility here called Direct Folders, which I really like, and that sort of mitigates some of that slowness and lagginess to some extent because it lets you just go straight to a folder. It's really good actually, Direct Folders. I highly recommend it. So I'm just pressing my middle mouse button there and I can just go, obviously you can add different folders. It's just really good. It's brilliant that. So like I said, so just coming back to Windows 11, mixed feelings really. I think yes, it looks nice. It's a shame it's a bit skin deep. Would have liked to have seen it go all the way through the OS, as probably a lot of people have said. One of the plus points is I've had no issues whatsoever running any app, because it's essentially Windows 10 in it, let's be honest. It's Windows 10 with a lick of paint. So I've had literally, so far anyway, I mean, touch wood, I have had no issues running any application at all. You can see the apps I've got installed. So I've got some of the Creative Suite. I've tried a couple of games, and they've been absolutely fine as well. So that's a plus point, obviously. And like I said, I don't want to beat up on it because I do really like the look of it. I think it's nice. I think they've done a nice job. So that'd be early thoughts. Probably mixed feelings. I don't know, if I were marking it out of 10, I'd probably, I don't know, if I were being generous, probably a 7. I think if they sort out the lagginess, then a solid 7. And I think if they could add some of these genuinely useful features, rather than you having to install things all the time that don't ever quite work as well as they do when they're built into the OS, then maybe an 8. So I think that's where we're at with it. The new terminals now are a thing in Windows 11. So that's a lot better, and you can get that. I mean, if you're a developer, then I probably won't go into that actually because it gets a bit more sort of technical than what I want to go into in this video. So mixed feelings, guys. Let me know what you think, and try and be friendly in the comments. I mean, let's just get one thing straight. I've used PCs since the mid-90s. So I'm not claiming to be a world-renowned expert, because I'm obviously totally not, but I do know my stuff to a certain extent. But it's all just opinions anyway, aren't they? So I'd love to hear what you guys think of it anyway. But be friendly. We're all lovers of technology. You must be, or you wouldn't be watching this video. So I love every part of technology, Like I said, I'll happily lose Windows, Mac, whatever, I don't care, you know what I mean? So, we all just love technology, so let's just keep it friendly. And if you've got any nice utilities that you could recommend as well, I'm always on the lookout for some nice utilities. Like I say, quick look on that direct folders is a real corkers of them two. Okay. So yeah, I'll leave it here. Cheers, guys.